Na, szép jó napot kívánok mindenkinek. Hello, hello. Hello, Máté. Hello, 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 hello. Na, a mai nap megcsináljuk a Skirk sztorit. Ugye tegnapi nap megcsináltuk az Arkon Questet, ami nagyon jó volt szerintem. De nehéz volt. Fel kell dolgozni, kellett egy nap, hogy feldolgozzam, azért aznap már nem csináltam, vagy tegnap már nem csináltam inkább a Skirk sztorit. A Skirknek a sztoriát, így, mert biztos az is biztos durva lesz. Arra számítok, és ez így jobb, ha két külön streamet adok nekik. Úgyhogy a mai nap megcsináljuk azt a Skirk sztorit, nem tudom, hogy milyen hosszú, miről szól. Gondolom, hát nyilván jó az. Skirkről ennyire meglepő. Mi a helyzet veletek? Hogy telik a csütörtök? Na, akkor én nyitom a Genshint. Van. Oké. Mi történt? Ja, csak betűt lassan a játék. Nyilván gyors farvolunk, nem tudom mennyi resinem van. Csak délutánra kell menni. Mi táncikálni, vagy mit csináltok? Mint a kis táncika próba, meg ilyenek. Hát ja, most már ilyen laza itt év végén. Főleg, hogy ugye, általános vége, 8. vége, aztán mész 9. most már laza a dolog. Nyilván. Írásbe megy. Azt a kurva. Az komoly. Az komoly. Nagyon izgi, úristen. Hát a táncika. Hát. Ja, nekem tavaly kellett táncikálnom. Szallagavató tánc. Nagy volt, hatalmas volt. Na. Akkor te még az ízítem is csináltad amúgy Skirk sztorit? Csak az Arkon Questet? És kezdted el? Hello Lotedor, hello. Mi a helyzet? Azt még nem, Oké. Na mi van itt? Aha, jó van, igen, mert ilyen. Na Battle Pass. Híha. Na. Te mit akarsz, kisköcsöge? Na, mármint, hogy mi? Amúgy annyira nem akarok friendship csapattal játszani most, de... Az biztos, hogy kurva meleg van. Ez... Hát remélem lassan végemnek a rohadt meleg időszaknak, nyilván még csak most kezdődik a nyár, de... Nem tudom, hát lehetne egy pár fokkal azért, ha már pár fokkal hűvösebb lenne, akkor jó lenne. Hát most ezt vettem amúgy. Ez az egyik kedvencem. Meg az új, ennek azok az új dolgok, az a lila meg a kék. És ezt szoktam így hát nagyjából. Van az a fókuszos hel, ami azt szoktam általában. Most ez volt, ezt vettem le a pócról reggel. Tehát igazából az előbb, nem reggel. Pár, egy órája, fél órája voltam talán. Jó, menjetek rá, most nem. Én most nem akarok kizélni. Sárlat, meg ilyenek vannak itt. Nem akarok most friendship csapattal játszani. Most nem játszani akarok. Új primókód? Hát hogy a faszomban ne kellene? De minden primócsám kell. Megköszönöm, ha átkudobod. Hát ki is tűzem amúgy. Oké. Hát felhasználtam, hoppá. Na mindegy. Ja, ezt már felhasználtam, nem mindegy. Azért kitűzem. És ha bárki... Nem tudhattad, én sem tudtam. Szerintem igen, még talán birposztum chatjéről loptam be 3 kullat, abban az egyik primós volt, úgyhogy valószínűleg az volt. Viszonylag új szerintem. Talán hétfő, vagy kedd, vagy mikor. Na. Nézzük azt az arti domaint, hát ha kapunk valami csodát. Hát jöhetne amúgy egy pár. Igen, még nem frissítetted? Hát, itt az ideje. Jó, itt nincs semmi jó. Sincs nyilván. Teljesből már kaptam egy-kettő lehetőséget, de nem kritisre gondoltam, itt van pár crit damage-es lehetőségünk. Amiből lehet valami. A sztori az nagyon jó szerintem a Conquest. Skirk-től nem tudok nyilatkozni, de biztos az is nagyon jó. Maga a karakter sem rossz, de most nem szedem ki. Azt a geoizemizéset? Amit tegnap mondtam? Dupta krites adtak energy? 2,8% crit damage? 3,9% crit rate? 4,5% attack és 5,4% energy, vagy mennyi? Hát itt nem jött. Annyi ilyenem van már. És amíg energy megy rá, akkor nem olyan rossz, ugye? Egy-két karakternek, blokkolja le a faszom, tudod, annyi van ilyen. Inkább menjen Strongbox motiba, majd úgyis kidobom a többit is, majd meglátjuk. Tudjuk építeni, nem is tudom, hogy kiknek akarom kiépíteni, kiket akarok kiépíteni arra a szetre. Picit gyorsabb, mint a friendship csapattal amúgy. Ez egy picit gyorsabb azért, mint a friendship csapattal, nézzük. Az a baj, nem tudom, hogy van-e jobb cryo damage bonuszos gobletem. Az attack crit rate, az már jobban lehet valamit használni valakinek. Hát annyi ilyen, már van egy jó damage bonuszos gobletem, van egy hasonló HP-s gobletem. Geós gobletből, meg nézzük mit kaptunk. Szóval egy gobletet kaptam, egy jó damage bonuszos gobletet kaptam. Az melyik? Az ez basz meg. Van egy ilyenem. Van egy defenzes is. Valahol van egy HP-s is, nem tudom, hogy hol. Azt nem blokkoltam le, mert azt félbaszott. Lehet, hogy már ki is dobtam, hogy ne is lássam. Nem valószínű. Valahol elbújt szerintem. De itt. Ez... Így lépkedünk előre, hátra lépkedünk, toporzékolunk itt bazd. Innen meg boxolás alatt lesz valami jó biztos. Na, utolsó. Fasza. Hát én el se tartom meg amúgy. Szar. Szar. Jó, kaptunk pár Strongbox materiált, most már fixen 300 fölött vagyunk amúgy. Most már fixen. Na nézzük. Salvage-elem. Faszomat. Mármint, hogy azokat átköltöm visre. Kicsit egy forsztálig ugye elmentük be. Off-stream Mátéval. Hát jött egy kendez, bazd meg, hát faszomat. Hát C6-os volt az a riba. Mármint, hogy az a nő. Erre bead, bazd meg. Hát Dáliát akartam, de jó van, nézzük meg. Hát és hol van az a nő? Itt van, ez nekem egy C, nem is tudom hányat, nem is tudom melyik bannerem volt ez rajta. Szila nem? Szerintem Szila nem bannerem nő volt rajta. Mindegy. Ez van, bazd meg. Ezt kell szeretni. Nem tudom. Álljon neki, a szarinak raktam. Vagy csináljunk, van még valami, amit így előtte, de belegítésnek nyomhatunk. Ezt a 10 bútorkraftolást lenyomhatnám. Az csak ugyebár többet kedvé. Majd nem akarom kiszedni, egyrészt is tudom kiszedni most, ebben a pillanatban. Másrészt most nem akarok weeklizni, van rengeteg weeklim a team, és most nem fejlesztek talenteket. Én most mondom, ezt 8-ai nem weeklizem, az se. Párszor még nyomtam, de most így nem. Most így nem. Most inkább azokat is Náviának az artefaktúra szentelem. A részem meg lehetne már friendship level 10-es. Amúgy. Mondjuk a friendship-elnék vele, ha veled nyomnám a Doom-t, akkor még nőhetné is a friendship. Mindegy, jó? Mindegy, ne beszéljünk róla. Na, szóval gyors create. Mit? Én a lámpásokat szoktam. 10 lámpás. Nagyon nagy. Ott is van 6-os szint. Artefakt materiálat nagyon jó. Az nagyon jó. És ezek a materiálok mind kellenek majd, ugye a 8-ai streamre. Meg ezeket meg ugye itt innen farmolok amúgy Emilynek. Mert hogy a máshonnan nem tudok. Közben pedig amúgy lenyomjuk a 3-szor azt a childot de nagyon gyorsan. A Battle küldi miatt ide a melegítésnek, én azt mondom. Ha már Skirkkel fogunk találkozni így a Story Quest-ben, akkor öljük már meg a Child 3-szor, nem? Ez egy alap. Nézzük gyorsan, befutunk, remélek úgyse veszem ki, csak küldi miatt kell a küldi. A Battle Pass küldi. Jó napot! Első kör, megvan. Ezt jó, ez a jó boss, ez gyorsan el lehet pusztítani. Konkrétan 3 támadásból. Megvan.
This opportunity is quite hard to come by. Well then, amuse me. Surrender is a valid option. I promise I'll be gentle.
Ezért. Itt nődösnek itt, bazd meg amúgy. Ilyen kevés HP-ja van ennek. Amúgy Childot simán be lehetne rakni a vízba. Én azt mondom, vicces lenne. Szerintem nem egy... Szóval vannak amik nehezebbek. Overload bosszok, mint Child.
This opportunity is quite hard to come by. Well then, amuse me. Surrender is a valid option.
De most nem voltak kristályaink. Várjunk csak a krittérét, hogy a kristályt. Na, gyors meg is van a batőpesz. A batőpesz küldi. Ott is van, bám, ennyi. 7-es szint, meg minden. Hello, hello. Johinna, hello, hello. Mi a helyzet? Na. Jó, hát én azt gondolom, hogy vágjunk bele a questbe. Velem is minden rendben igazából. És fogunk neki állni a Skirk sztorinak. Tegnap megcsináltam az Arkon questet, az nagyon tetszett. Most fogunk neki állni ennek. Ezen kívül nem sok. Na, ide kell jönni Bézsuhoz. Wow. Bézsu is már rég szerepeltem a sztoriban. Hello, hello Skylord, mi a helyzet?
Oh, you're looking for Dr. Baiju. He's resting today, but he said to send any patients to the back room.
Ah, okay. Thanks. We'll head on through.
Köszönjük, Nagyi. Itt tudom bevenni? Itt tudom bevenni. Hát most nem. Most én elmélire szévelek. Egy 10-est elnyomtam Senhére, Dália miatt. De kendet kaptam, ugye egy forcári mentem. Meg is állok. Akkor Emilire fogok én menni, én nagyon szeretem. És annyira nincs szükségem szerintem Skirkre. Meg hát nem is tudnám csapatba használni, van folyó furinám, az van. De se eszkofírem, se semmi nincs, úgyhogy... De tetszik amúgy a karakter, de most nem szedem ki én. Hát... Alapjáraton nyilván azt ajánlom, hogy Skirkre menjen az, aki ez bárki más. De én személy szerint jobban szeretem Emilit, meg minden. Nyilván hasznosabb Skirk, olyan szinten, hogy egy DPS, és Emily az eléggé kevés csapatban ajánlott mások felett, de én Emilit jobban bírom. Tetszik Skirk nagyon, de nincs, de úgy nem kell, nekem ha mondjuk most Cryot szednék ki, az Escoffier lenne, de itt meg Navia miatt nem szedtem ki. Inkább C3-aztam Naviát. Na közben, Skirk építgetés plus Skylord, na az nice. Dália. Amúgy dizájnra nekem tetszik, nekem személy szerint tetszik ugye a ruhája, tetszik a szeme, meg amúgy a haja színe az amúgy nekem személy szerint az is tetszik. de mint karakter, ugyannyira nem valószínű, hogy használnám. Most egy shielder, attack speed buffer, annyira nincs rá szükségem. Van zsongli, van szitlalim, van csomó más shielderem. Amúgy nem látom különleges karakternek így, playstyle ügyileg. Ilyen mid karakter szerintem. De mivel most rajta kívül meg a minden force star, azért gondoltam adunk neki egy esélyt. De nem mondanám különösebben az, hogy tetszik vagy nem, viszonylag semleges inkább. Ja. Nem valószínű, hogy használnám túl sokat a jelen helyzet, hogy nem építeném ki őt most. Egy jó ideig most, vagy mást inkább. Például Chiurit, aki level 50-en ül, de mivel most Náviának farmolnak artefaktokat.
Okay, Paimon does not like that expression, Baiju. It's not serious, is it?
Complexion is good, eyes are clear, breathing is steady, pulse is strong. Physically, you appear to be in good condition, traveler. In theory, your energy level should reflect that. You should be feeling right as rain.
Láttam azt a karaktert. Amúgy nekem tetszik. Amúgy. Meglátjuk. Jelenleg minden elektro karakter megvan a játékban, úgyhogy lehet, hogy őt is be kell zsebelnem pont emiatt. De azt néztem, hogy... De most nem tudom, hogy 5.8-ba akarok-e viselni. Meg elvileg jön Csaska. És Csaskát még az év elején is szemezgetek bőven. Szerintem nem furcsa. Mert egy... Jó, nem látunk még ilyet, de ugye ő már egy Notcry karakter. Notcry Vision-nel rendelkezik. És ugye Notcry ugye... Snedge-nája az ugye most jelenleg a legfejlettebb, úgyhogy ott nyilván vannak ilyen robotok. Ez azt én is nyertem furcsa. De egy jó ideig néztem néztem a animációit, a leakeket, és így azt mondom, jó, hogy ez nem rossz amúgy, meg amúgy aranyos szerintem. Azt nem tudom, de az biztos, hogy Notcry, mert a Notcry Vision-t leakelték, és olyan Visionja van, meg azt még nem láttuk, ugye? Elvileg igen, jön ugye Citlali, Mualani, Csaska Capriránt, és jön az új karakter. Ez az új karakter még elvileg. Nekem Citlali ugye van weaponnel, ugye miatt ugye nem. Csaska most nincs, őre rámentem egyszer, de egy 5-starig, de buktam. Dilukra, és akkor így inkább a garantált Mavuikára mentem. Akkor. De most benne van a pakliban, hogy viselek rá, meglátjuk. Az a baj, hogy most én Emilyre, a weaponjére, és maradék két Mavuik konstellációra is szeretnék viselni, mert ugye most C4-es, szeretném céltozni. És jelenleg, hát most már 13-as piti, vagy nem tudom mennyi pitim van a körül, mert hogy és 3-50 piti nyertem most egymás után Navia banneren. 77-80 és 19 pitire nem tudom, hogy mennyire lesz szerencsém. Most elég balanszolt nekem ez az év, mert valójában rohadt szerencsétlen voltam, itt most Návián nagyon szerencsés voltam. Reméljük még maradt a szerencsémből azért.
Physical illnesses come with detectable symptoms that can be used.
Nekem az izélt, hogy konkrétan azt jól láttam, hogy porszívózik a csaj. Olyan, hogy porszívózik, így valami átadok a keze egy porszívóvá. Azt jól láttam. Mondom, what the fuck? Ilyen izé. Nem zseni. Zseni volt, az zseni, amit megláttam. Istenem. Kíváncsi leszek amúgy, hogy mi a sztoria amúgy annak. Meglátjuk majd. Én nyitott vagyok egy ilyen karakter felé. Azt gondolom, hogy hogy vicces lehet egy ilyen karakter a játékba, vagy bele tud illeszkedni amúgy szerintem egy dologba. A sztoriba.
What do you mean, non-physical nature?
De azt ne csináljál, legyen is már egy ilyen
It's hard to say.
fejtő robot.
It could just as easily be a simple case of mental fatigue.
Hoppá. Köszönöm a kiváltást.
Why don't you rest here for a bit? Whatever it is we're dealing with, clues to your condition are sure to reveal themselves in time. Once we know the root cause, we can administer the right treatment.
Ha nincs ennek a kijónak hangja, de eddig nem tűnt föl amúgy valahogy. Most így láttam, hogy ő beszél amúgy. De most lett egy az agyam, hogy neki nincs most hangja.
In the meantime, Changsheng and I will review the relevant literature for afflictions that present with mental fatigue.
Ez mennyire van ez a quest szinkronizálva? Így most az a kígyónak nincs. Hány karakter van, vagy hány szereplő, akinek még nincs hangja? Ezt lehet tudni?
Oh, must be a rare condition
Aki
if
esetleg
not even
megcsinálta már a
Baizhu and
questet.
Zhangsheng have seen it before.
Ja. Úgy jó, oké. Hát akkor majd kiderül.
Well, all we can do is take their advice. You look like you're about to collapse anyway.
Ez még a Ligi Paimon hang amúgy szerintem. Ez egy kicsit... Ja, jó. Ezek amúgy jó kérdések amúgy. Valóban. Reméljük választ kapunk majd ezekre. Ezekre a fontos világ megváltó kérdésekre. Elkezdtük ezt a questet. Ja, majd igen. Valóban. Most tudod, hogy ki csinálta, vagy hogy csinálta, az nem számít. Az nem számít. Azt nem. De ez a kérdés, ez egy kicsit fontosabb. Hoppá. Hoppá. Új. Az nem volt kellemes hátba. Ez így mutatja az utat vajon? Nem. Menjünk be abba, vagy mi történik most amúgy? Ezt nem vagyok zavarodva egy kicsit. Valami meglőtt minket hátba. Így ilyen karom vagy fogszerűség. Fölkeltünk, élünk még, nem haltunk meg.
Rise and shine. Time to wake up. For once, you're making Paimon look like an early riser. It's already afternoon. Hopefully all that sleep did you some good. Feeling a cut? What? Did you scratch yourself in your sleep? All right.
Lyuk lenne ott a hátamon.
Nope, nothing there.
Egy hatalmas tátongó.
Did you have a nightmare? Okay, don't panic. Paimon heard that dreams tell us what we need by showing us the opposite. So, if you had a nightmare, maybe all you need is something to cheer you up. Come on, Paimon will treat you to something to eat.
Jó van. Nyilván mivel kell a rémálmot, hát kajával. Ennyi.
What? So, in this dream, you were trapped in a weird place with thick Oh. Okay, well, that's a new one. But then again, you woke up right where you went to bed. And you were definitely in a deep sleep this morning.
Hát mindent a kajával kell megoldani. Nyilván.
It's decided.
Fájmom.
Paimon will stay up and watch over you tonight. If anyone
Fájmon első számú szabálya.
Paimon will beat him up.
Meg úgy a többi 200 is. A kajával kapcsolatos.
Or, wake you up first and then we can beat him up together.
Something is missing.
Did you just say something?
The flesh remains whole.
Hoppá!
The soul is incomplete.
What the fuck?
Unresolved. The mind will wither
Ah,
away
nő
along
megjelent.
with it.
What the? Wait. Paimon remembers you.
Skirk.
Your child's master. Skirk?
Skirk, az igen.
Right. What are you doing here? The last time we saw you was at the Primordial Sea in Fontaine, right? But then we left and never learned where you went after that. Child's been looking everywhere for you, by the way. What brings you to Wanmain Restaurant of all places? You came here looking for us? And were you the one behind that hocus pocus just now?
Hókusz pókusz.
Tell me, what is it that you saw?
És valóban.
Tight-lipped, huh? I suppose that's fair. You. I'll take a glass of wine.
Egyből. Reggeli pia.
Of course. Coming
Ez
right
mondjuk
up.
szimpatikus, mint hogy...
We make this one in-house. It's not too strong. Enjoy.
Chef Mao, I'll take a grilled tigerfish over here.
Coming right up. If I knew we'd be this busy, I wouldn't have approved Shenhe's vacation.
At the end of the day, what happens to you is of little consequence to me. I'm not here to try and win you over. Trust me or not, the choice is yours. If you want my help, now's the time to speak up. You have until I finish my drink. I was investigating an abyssal disturbance in the area and happened to notice you. Part of your soul is damaged, and the wound bears traces of abyssal corrosion. Need I say more?
Neither of those things sound good.
Valóban Paimon, ebben igazad van.
Well, should we trust her? She mentioned an abyssal disturbance. Maybe that has something to do with what's going on with you. But we could always find a different expert on the abyss to help us out. Yeah, and that thing she said about your soul being damaged is scaring, Paimon. Definitely something we should fix soon. Skirk's an interesting one, that's for sure. But from what Child's told us, she doesn't seem evil, at least.
1, 2, 7, 10. That'll do. Well, have you made up your mind?
So that's all we know, Miss Skirk. Maybe. Can you help us?
So, you can disperse the fog. I understand. Come find me in the Gwaley Plains when you're done here. Oh, and I left cash for the drink on the table. Settle the bill for me, will you?
Oh, okay. Huh? She disappeared.
Ez menő ez a karakter, nyilván. Komoly.
Wait, hold on. You overpaid. Here's your change.
Oh, no. This includes the drink, so it should be the right amount.
I didn't think you two ordered a drink.
We didn't. It was that lady who came and sat with us, remember? You brought it out to her yourself.
You sure? I could have sworn there were only 2 of you at that table.
What?
What'd you put in their dish, Chef Mao? Some kind of hallucinogenic mushroom? You got them seeing things.
Az igen.
Seeing things? Wait, so neither of you noticed her? Young lady? About this tall? Wearing a purple dress? She...
Oh, now you mention it, that vaguely rings a bell. And it looks like I... Coming!
Micsoda? Milyen natkraj? Most nem értem.
Okay, what was going on there? It's like they didn't even... Paimon was half convinced we hallucinated the whole thing. But, oh, this whole situation is giving Paimon the creeps. But anyway, she told us to head to the Guili Plains.
Na nézzük. És oda fog teleportálni rögtön minket, vagy nem? Ez túl egyszerű lett volna. Mindegy, majd egy teleport szerencsére. Skirk? Nem. Skirk... ő nem elvilági. Szerintem. Vár, nem tudom, hogy maga a vision... Szerintem nincs vision, nem? Neki mondjuk pont... Azt se lehet notkrálni, mert szerintem neki nincs visionje. Már nem tudom. Legalábbis én nem láttam most így, de azt nem tudom, de abból ő nem elvilági. Azt hiszem legalábbis. Jó.
So, this is what they were collecting. Yeah.
From the moment they are born, all beings with great power have an impact on this world. Even if their body is sundered and their soul extinguished, their influence remains. Gods are the most common example of that. The remnants of gods
De van
who
valami
fell
kis
thousands of
sztori amúgy
years
a
ago
Genshin
remain
csatornáján,
buried
vagy kis
deep within the
animáció.
earth, carrying within them
Skirkről.
a warped will and a dark
Azt hiszem abban
curse.
mondják ilyen egy-két háttér infót róla.
Together, these remnants form what you call God remains. And it appears that some of those sealed here were dug up and removed. There are traces left. Ugh. What are you doing?
Nothing. Just wanted to make sure you were, real? She's definitely not a ghost traveler. Paimon poked her, and she's solid.
Bármon bazd meg.
Your life hangs in the balance, and that's what you're fixated on? Strange set of priorities. It was just a trick to avoid being perceived. If someone notices me, those memories are erased. Simple as that. Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. They're lucky they only have a few missing memories to show for it. Now, can we please get back on track?
Okay. Where were we? Right. The God remains. So, basically, there's now less of them here than there used to be, right? Isn't that a good thing? In our experience, God remains are 100% bad news.
Maybe it's a good thing by human standards, but power doesn't come from nothing, and it doesn't just disappear for no reason. The remains aren't just gone, they were taken. Very clever, traveler. You aren't the only one who had something taken from you. There are victims like you everywhere. Something similar happened in Sumeru. Within the span of one night, countless consecrated beasts were slaughtered, and a large amount of the god remains buried. Of course, god remains are just one of the targets. The culprit is chipping away at sources of power all over this world, including the Stella Fortuna above.
Paimon itt intézkedik nyilván.
42 of them have died out in the past few months alone. In Conria, people believed that powerful individuals have corresponding Stella Fortuna. Even should that individual fall, their Stella Fortuna would not disappear, but yet now, stars are disappearing from the skies entirely, and it's not hard to deduce what's happening to the power they contain. Something has been leeching power from this world, like a parasite steals nutrients from a host. And now, it's no longer. This time, it only took a fragment of your soul. But next time, there's no telling how far it could go. No one knows. All I know for certain is this. Getting back what you lost will not be easy. Considering how much power this entity has stolen, it must be a god-level being by now at least. But that's not the real concern. Souls are fragile things, and yours could easily be
Tök érdekessé válnak itt a dolgok.
So, you're gonna help us, right?
We're going to help each other. You are my ticket to uncovering this thing's true identity.
Well, great! You seem super strong, and you know a lot about the Abyss, so Paimon will take it.
Don't get all mushy on me. All I'm doing is helping you get back to normal after a sudden crisis. And I should warn you, getting mixed up with me can have unforeseen consequences. We're on very different journeys. You don't want to be in my debt, trust me. You help me uncover the truth behind this entity, and I'll help you recover what you lost. This is a transaction, that's all. You would do well to remember that.
Wow.
Now, come along.
Yeesh! You'd think she'd be a little friendlier since she's agreed to help us. But nope, she's just like when we met her in the primordial sea. So cold. Well, whatever. If that's how it's gonna be, then she doesn't deserve our friendship. What she does deserve is a super embarrassing nickname.
Aj, Paimon. Ne. Nem akarom hallani.
Ah, Paimon's got it. Frosty the Lavender Melon. Serves that ice queen right. Anyway, the important thing is that we get that piece of your soul back. So, let's follow her and see what sort of plan she...
Paimon. Ez... Mindegy. Ne beszéljünk róla. Paimon nagyon kreatív. Wow, nagyon kis hely.
Whoa! This place is way bigger than Paimon expected.
This is where I live. I suppose it's the closest thing I have to a home here. It is. I brought you here because time flows differently in this place. I don't know how much Ajax has told you, but when he fell into this space, I mentored him for 3 months. In that time, only 3 days passed in the outside world.
Ajax? Oh, right! That's Child's real name! Yeah, Paimon remembers him mentioning something like that.
Hoppá. Ajax. Ah.
So,
Azt
a
nem
month
tudtam
here
mondjuk.
is equivalent to 1 day in the outside world? That should mean we're safe from that power-hungry soul snatcher for now, right?
Yes, well, I didn't bring you here just to show you around. In the outside world, the traveler could be attacked at any moment. But coming here has bought us quite a bit of time. Now, we just need to figure out how to investigate that place you saw.
Nem tudom. Kiderül majd, hogy pontosan ez itt ilyen.
Both your description and the abyssal disturbance I felt point to that space having some connection to the abyss. The thief who stole that fragment of your soul is hiding there.
Összefüggés,
The
legalábbis így
abyss is a
az
chaotic and turbulent
abyss
place.
része.
If we want to pinpoint their
Visszakapcsolatos része
location, we need to
biztosan.
see what that space looks like without the fog. Abyssal
Hogyan?
power can grant a special form of sight. Have you ever wielded abyssal power before? Okay. Do you plan to learn? That tracks. All the information you have suggests the abyss is something sinister. and that abyssal power is a wild and dangerous force that always spells disaster.
And you're saying that's not true?
Depends on your perspective. Floods and hurricanes take countless lives too. But if one day you gain the power to control them, what was once a calamity is now just another tool in your arsenal. I'll respect your opinion, though. Just means we have to turn to the second best option. A little abyss crystal that contains my power. Wear it on your head, and we'll be able to perform dream mirroring when we fall asleep.
Dream mirroring?
It means experiencing whatever the other person is dreaming. Everything they see, think, and since you haven't studied the art of using abyssal power, and have no plans to jump in the deep end right now, I'll have to do the investigating for you, with dream mirroring. Every time you slip into a deep sleep, I'll see with my own eyes whatever scene plays out in your mind. Then, I can guide you through the dream environment, and we'll take back what was stolen from you.
Huh.
Oh.
You make it sound so simple.
Tough to say. This is an unprecedented situation for both of us. Even assuming we do manage to find where this entity is hiding. Like I said, getting your soul fragment to play it safe. I need to give you some special trick.
Wait, you're gonna teach him some of your martial
Special
arts?
training.
Does that mean the next time we see Child, we have to treat him like our senior?
Hoppa. Senpai, senpai.
Do as you want. For my part, I don't see you as you're already a pretty good fighter. All I'm planning to do is build on your
Child
current
senpai.
skills and train you for the specific scenarios that I think we might face. But that's enough talk. If you're ready to do this, then come with me. Time might be more lenient here, but that's no...
Oh, she moves fast. Paimon can hardly keep... So, special training, huh? Kind of a rare opportunity. With your skills, there's not a lot of people... The last time something like this happened was probably anti-Raiden Shogun training, right? Oh, Skirk seems pretty strong too, though. Remember how she said that the all-devouring narwhal was just her master's pet? Maybe we really will learn something here.
Na, kövessük akkor. Skirket. Nézzük ezt a special traininget. A napot.
Ready?
Bring it on!
Your training will be split into three
Benne van a
stages.
pakliban, hogy
Testing your blade
megjelenik egy ilyen, de
elemental abilities and reasoning
nem
skills.
tudom, én ezt azért... Én ebben nem látok túl sok potenciál. Ha valakivel sípeljük ebben az új patchben, az a Conquest-es csaj.
You're not
NPC,
rookie in
no.
this area, so I won't bore you with the basics.
Nekem a Tilos is a kedvencem, hogy egyelőre.
During your long journey, you've no doubt sparred with a lot of talented sword fighters. Consciously or not, you will have picked up all kinds of techniques.
You bet! There's Kaya, Master Jean, Kuching... Oh, and Kazuha, Ayaka... Yeah, we've met sword masters like you in every nation we've been through. You sparred with a bunch of them too, right? Nice to know it's all gonna come in handy now.
Don't get too smug. In sword fighting, techniques alone are not enough. You need a cohesive system to bring it all together. A style or school of fighting. To use the human body as an analogy, your style is your skeleton, the foundation, the framework. Techniques are the muscles and other flesh attached to the bones. This is where your strength comes from. Improving your sword fighting is like growing that body. If your frame got bigger and taller, but you didn't add any muscle mass, you'd be weak and
Na,
flimsy.
mindjárt veszik a legendás kardunkat, a
You packed on
prototype-ot talán.
pounds of flesh without a big enough frame to support it. You'd end up bloated and unwieldy.
Nézzük
You
úgy.
need to do some introspection.
Kíváncsi vagyok erre a részre,
Take a
ami
good hard look at your past
Gameplay ugye,
experiences
hogy oldják
and
meg ezt
figure out which parts of what you've learned are just techniques
az edzés
and which
dolgot.
parts can be used to form your own system of blade work.
Itt lesz bármi.
Only then will you get the full utility out of all your thoughts and observations along the way. Only then will every strike you deliver make perfect sense.
Wait, is that it? Paimon thought you were gonna teach him some cool new moves. Like when you went swoosh and opened a tunnel to another place.
Paimon was like...
One day, you'll reach a new level of power where you realize that even that's as basic a trick as any other. But right now, our sword styles are so wildly different.
Skirknek az egész dizájnja amúgy jól néz ki, azt meg kell hagyni. Tetszik a hajdísz, hajszem, minden ruha. De most nem szedem ki. Most nem. Ja, amúgy nagyon tetszik amúgy a karakter, de...
There are no shortcuts in the pursuit of power.
De na.
Failure is your best teacher, and rigor is your coursework. That's all I have to say. Time to make a start. Train and now focus.
Nem tudnék sok mindent kezdeni vele előre.
Crystal columns as swiftly as you can.
Hát jó van ezek is. Ezeket kell elütni. Ez nem erre számítottam. Így elsőnek ez így. Tudok skilleket is használni? Jó van.
This is making Paimon's head spin. Hang in there, traveler!
Scatter!
Jó. Na, kicsit... Azt hittem, hogy a 9-at nekem kell leütnem, de nem. Kicsit skippeltünk ilyen időben. Oké. Nagyon gyorsak vagyunk, nagyon jók vagyunk.
Stay
Úristen.
calm. Use your head. You have to keep it together.
Propagate!
80 másodperc alatt 47. Kristály. Az igen.
Scatter!
Nice. Az igen. Ott a prototype, let's go! Let's go a prototype. Na, Kea.
Cut to the chase.
Catching. Back.
Consider a moment of true mastery that you've witnessed in another person and ask yourself, what lies beneath the surface? What's their guiding philosophy? What's the... Now take that and practice it right away with speed, skill, and strength, over and over, until your hand is one with your mind. This is the only path to true growth.
Step on up.
Hoppá, innen.
Dance with the waves.
Van itt egy kis hang, de hát ugye most az méma. Ja, mindegy, annyira nem fontos. Paimon. Seni.
If you start to tire, empty your mind, but do not
Az
stop.
nem lebegett pályón, aludt. Hogy lehet? Hogy vagy?
Stay in that frame of mind as you keep up
Ritkán
the
látni
fight.
ilyet, na.
Get rid of all redundant movements. Imagine your
Ja,
sword as
földön
an
van.
extension of your own body. Wield it just as you wield your arms, hands, and fingers.
'Twas on a deserted
Shinju.
moonlit night that the hero approached the vile dragon's limpid lair. Ring cutter! Feathers fleeting wet, the white heron treads
Most
water.
nem minden kard használás felsorolja, és megmutatják itt nem úgy mindegyiket. Jó ide, jó mennyi. Mindjárt ki tudom mondani, tehát jó sok közül már meg lett mutatva. Amúgy kard használók közül, nem tudom, most így kimaradt ki. Hát, valóban az történt. Na nézd, itt ami kristály ütnöm kell, vagy ezeket meg megoldja maga. Megoldja így a sztori maga. Jó van.
Looks like you've made some real progress. That concludes your training session.
Awesome! Paimon knew you could do it!
How do you feel? As you should be. Time flies when you're training hard.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Paimon's had a whole bunch of naps.
Go get some sleep. I'll be doing the same very soon. Let's hope you see that foggy place in your dream, so I can get this investigation over and done with.
Na nézzük, hogy megint találkozunk-e azzal a... Vagy megint bekerülünk abba arra a helyre. Pakparák. Mehet a píke. Na. Még ilyen fehérnek lennie, Jézusom. Jó napot! Ez meg mi? Jó, strange creature, köszönjük. Hát kövessük, nem? És meglehetünk volna idegen vizét lebegni, ami világít, azt követni kell amúgy általában. Kinézzük. Hát nem sokáig kellett követni, az is biztos. Ja, hallottam, láttam is már Bennettskint, jelent még nem. Meglátjuk majd.
Cause he's a crabby old man, and he's a boring old man. I don't like going to his
Majd
classes.
meglátjuk, hogy mennyire fog tetszeni mondjuk a Jelenszkin. Mert jelentem, hogy én nagyon bírom, de... Nem tudom. Hát az alapskinja neki már azért elég jó. Szerintem nem tudom. Hogy kiderül. Benetté viszont, ja, hát nem tudom. Nem rossz amúgy. Jobb, mint a régi szerintem. Mint az alap. Jobban tetszik. De nem tudom, annyira azért nem különleges. Ilyen nátlán ilyen kicsit kinicses dolog.
All right, let's not get into a big fight about this. Skirk's learned what she needs.
Ugye igen, nagyon olyan, mintha kinyitsak a cuccait, így rápakolták volna. Nagyon picit megváltoztatták, hogy De nagyjából igen. Nagyjából kincs.
But I'd still love to hear about what you got up to yesterday. What?
I went diving and I saw this huge fish. I never knew they could get that big. It looked kind of dumb though with that stupid big fat head. I tried to shake its fin, but it just spat water at me. Oh, and today I'm gonna go to that prairie up north. There's supposed to be this giant bird there that can spit fire. I bet if I climbed on its back, it could fly me all the way to the stars.
Én hát a force-tarakat mindig meg lehet szerezni ingyen eventben. Úgyhogy nyilván, valószínűleg... Igen. Valószínűleg ingyenes lesz, igen.
Then I suppose your old dad should get one as a pet too. Otherwise, how are you gonna hear me call you for dinner up there in the
When it's time to eat, I'll come back on my own, silly. Anyway, gotta go. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
Jaj, elnézést.
Put on a coat at least, you'll catch a cold. You spoil that child, you know. Ever since that merchant ship arrived, she practically lives outside. Always going.
Ah, let the kid do what makes her happy. Besides, we both know you're all bark and no bite. Come on, our little adventurer is gonna be hungry when she gets...
Ez egy gyerekkori emlék. Hát. Hello, Magic csatör. Köszönöm, jól vagyok. Csináljuk itt a Skirk sztorit. Ez mi a helyzet?
The stars shimmer high above.
Igazából nem történt ma semmi különös, nyilván, mivel még csak dél van. Egy ideje vagyok Genshin.
Mountains as far as the eye can see, an endless snowy plain.
Hogy tetszik az 5.7? Nem tudom, hogy mennyire léptél föl, vagy nem tudom, mennyire tetszik mondjuk Skirk. Tadikat nem tudom, megcsináltad, de azok hogy tetszettek, vagy tetszett. Vagy nem tudom, ha megcsináltad nyilván.
Can't be the only one asking these questions. The universe is fascinating. If only I could meet some other people like me. I'm sick of being a kid. There's so many amazing things out there, and I'm ready to see them all.
Amúgy én sem voltam annyira fölhype-olva, és azért jobban tetszik, mint mondjuk leakekből, amiket láttam korábban, meg amúgy tényleg jó is karakter. Nekem most skip, majd a jövőben megszerzem, de előtte még Escoffiert akarok szerezni. Aztán utána majd meglátjuk, hogy mi lesz, de most én Emilyre, meg Mauikára majd rájuk várok, aztán meglátjuk. Nyilván Emily a fő célom, aztán Lepönje, aztán esetleg Maui a konstellációk, még a második 2 a céljadhoz. Alapból én is azt mondtam, hogy könnyebb skip lesz, de amúgy néha azért így csábít azért egy kicsit, de nem hinném. Nem tudnék most mivel használni, nem tudnám, igen. Hát szerintem nem nagyon fog tudni hazamenni Skirk.
We shouldn't have trusted these outsiders!
Why are you doing this? What did we do to deserve this? We welcomed you with our finest food and drink. Showed you the best our home has to offer. Gifted you...
Run! Save yourselves!
Captain? Zone 3 is clear and we have zone 2
Na, gratulálok Teshwoodnak. Nem tudom, hogy a C2-je, meg a C1-es annyira. Biztos jók. Gratulálok hozzá. Na, nice. Ez nice. Akkor, de az a lényeg megvan. C2 igazán, az szép. Megértem amúgy, valóban egy olyan karakter, ami azért elég jó. Úgyhogy lehet érte rajongani.
Rest assured, sir. We have enough munitions to annihilate these savages and good.
The only ones who put up a real fight are that man and his wife, correct? What's their status?
We shot the man in the ankles and the wife broke her wrist attempting to fight back. They won't be doing much more fighting. They're holed up in their home for now, but to prevent them from making some kind of last stand, we're planning to clear out the other zones first so we can send a bigger...
Well, well. Turns out some of these beasts do know how to use their claws. Let them cling to what's left of their lives for a little longer.
Dáliára, hát én is egy 10-es tápú, egy forcerig elmentem, egy 10-est elnyomtam a hát a Dáliára, de még nem a Skirk, meg se van, de nem, mert most Skirket nem tudnám használni, se még így igen. Akár. Meg ő már így régóta érik, hogy megszerezzem. És mondom, jó, hát ha, még 3-as pitin voltam alapból, mert Náliára viseltem, és ő az utolsó konstelláció earlybe jött, mert minden 50-50, úgyhogy nem adtam neki sok esélyt. Egy fortáig, de kaptam egy C 10x kendeszt, úgyhogy megállok most már. Aztán gyűjtök el minire. És Dália majd meg lesz egyszer. Azért próbáltam meg, igazából annyira nem azt mondtam, hogy hú, de tetszik Dália. A dizájnja amúgy nem rossz szerintem. Ugye a sztoriban is egész jó volt, ugye, jó, nem sokat tudunk róla, de amúgy nem volt rossz. Szerintem, de... Azért akartam megszerezni igazából, mert ő most ugye egyáltalán forster, aki nincs meg, azt nem mondom, próbáljuk meg. Sevirózokat akar lenni? Amúgy Seviróz mondjuk még legalább egy fokkal hasznosabb, azért egy jó karakter. Céltom. De nyilván, ha már céltos, akkor már annyira nem. Nem is tudom ki az, akit nagyon kapok. Hát most... Mindig mást nyilván a filmben a banneren. Malék a bannerem például sok kacsinát kaptam, ezt mindjárt sokat csinál. Jó, meg Bennett is C6-as lett, meg ki volt még ott? Kacsina, Bennett... Fú, fogalmam sincs, már ki volt ott. Diona? Diona volt még azon a bannerem? Mindegy. Ő is, mindegy, már az a harmadik karakter is C6-as lett nyilván, mert vagy 800 vist elnyomtam azon a bannerem, vagy nem tudom, 600-at, 700-at. Barbara? Hú, most nem megtom végül is nézni gyors. Nem szívesen szakítunk félbe most ezt nézzét, de gyors vagyok, most érdekel. Muszáj megnézni. Valami a Diona rémlik, hogy valami királyok karakter, de a Barbara is lehetséges, de... Diona volt, igen. Diona meg már mióta C6-os 1 pont. 1.3 volt, 1.4, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 óta, azt hiszem.
My clever girl, so curious. You're already whenever you miss us.
Eléggé tragikus ez a sor, most szétik konkrétan a faluja, a szülei, gondolom én. Tekintve, amiket mondtak. Jönnek ezek a dolgok. Na, mi történik? Ez cuki mondjuk. Cuki. Na, az nice. Ja. Nem tudom, mi van rajta, azt úgy csinál. Nekem is azért viszonylag magasan van amúgy. Nem tudom. Akarsz most már frissült? Mert tegnap nem akart frissülni, pedig az sávomat akartam megnézni. ilyeneket. És nekem top 10%-os. Nem. Én mindig nem frissült. A sávom. Ez érdekes.
You're awake. I found a few clues while you were asleep, but it's only a start. Now, time for the second stage of your training. This time, the focus is elemental energy.
Több pillanat is volt, amikor majdnem ásírtam Genshin sztorikon. Nem, hogy ez most pont valamiért nem. Talán benne van az is, hogy annyira nem kötődöm el akarott ez így, vagy nem. Én máig sírok, mikor ilyen egy-két náviás jeleneten, akkor ott például én máig sírok, hiába láttam, mi történik például hát mondom, náviának a sztoriának, azt bevallom. Még amikor láttam az első, meg amikor láttam Amerikának, kijöttek ezek a kis sztorik, így animációk a YouTube csatornájára, és YouTube csatornájára, ott megnéztem, akkor ott is volt, amikor imani ugye hát egy-két könyv talán kijött így a szemem. De eddig náviás talán a legdurvább. Nem meglepő módon. Az a tárgyalás. Azt hiszem Arkon Questben van, talán. Mikor a Mellőzük meg a Silvernek a... hát ugye a forma. Akkor van az a tárgyalás, azt hiszem álom volt is. Ott védik meg. Az akkor volt, nem? Amikor mentünk valami domainba, náviára, és leesett a vízbe, majdnem. És Nevület mentette meg, azt hiszem. És akkor, de mindegy, ugye láttuk, hogy megmenti Nevület, azért bekerültünk hát ilyen képzeletbeli helyre, és akkor ugye a Silver meg a Mellőzük mentette meg. Talán ez akkor volt, úgymond, ugye a tárgyaláson, egy ilyen tárgyaláson volt, és akkor a többi elbukott, vagy többi meghalt Spinodíros udatag ugye blémelték, ugye ők ugye Návi ellen voltak, és Silver meg a Mellőzük voltak, aki úgymond megmentette. A tárgyaláson, de ugye nyilván meg amúgy még Nevület. Az is hát igen, Silver meg Mellőzük. Nagyon bírom. Kedvenc NPC-im. Nyilván.
Yes. Also known as the power of the void realm. My master, Sertology, is a true expert in that area. After all, he was one of the group of 5 that infamously stole the all-encompassing power of the Abyss, an act for which the people of Conria gave them the epithet, the 5 Sinners. The elemental energy of Tivad, on the other hand, is derived from the power of the Light Realm. These two forms of energy exist in direct opposition to each other. Suffice to say, there's not much I can teach you. A keen observation, traveler. Call it respecting local norms. The Abyss stands in direct conflict with the will of this world. So, to make my life easier, I disguise my power to make it appear cryo-like in nature. It's a technique I learned from some Conrian ruins, known as the 7 Shifting Serpent. If you ever change your mind about delving into abyssal power, I can teach it to you. So I've heard. You seem to have a knack for removing abyssal power. But is purification really what's going on there? Like I said, power does not simply disappear. Just thinking out loud. Let's focus on your elemental training. That's what's gonna help us if the situation gets tricky.
Elemental training. Nézzük.
But only if you make the choice to pick yourself up again So, it's time to push yourself to the limit. And use the power of Animo to clear the field as fast as you can.
Itt jó lett volna őket egyszerre tisztítani. Na, meg az első.
Observe your surroundings. Look for things you can use to tilt the scales of success in your favor.
Ugye kéne hozni ehhez, nem? Csak ne volt csak így. Nem tudom, hogy ki tudja. Nice. Arra kis HP-re el kell ultizni nyilván.
Use the power of hydro to destroy the
Let's go! Piu piu piu! Vízi pisztoly, bazd meg. Ajaj. Vises nevület. Ez Anna szeretnék egy nevület, tehát van nekünk nevület otthon. Típusú. Soha nem használtam hidrolevelert amúgy. Levelert se használok gyakran.
You need to understand what makes you special. The ability to wield elemental energy without a vision and switch between the elements at will. It means your aspirations need no approval from the gods, so be bold. Do not be afraid to chart your own path.
Let's go, Geo. Kérdezhetsz persze. Ha olyan, akkor válaszolok is. Nyugodtan lehetem úgy. Igen. Jött egy új item. Ilyen kis trollal kaptunk 2 például most mailbe. Meg az új event, vagy az új endgame content, ami azt mondja jövő héten jön. Ott fogunk majd tudni szedni 3-at, meg a Battle Pass fizetős részén van még egy. És azt hiszem így van valahogy. Szóval free-to-play-ként ki tudunk szedni 3-at, és plusz BP-ben lesz 4 patchenként. És ezzel tudunk rerollolni. Ez úgy működik, hogy kiválaszt, hasonlóan, mint a craftolás, kiválasztasz 2 statet, ami rajta van egy level 20-as artifaktom, és azokra fog fix menni 2. A maradék 3 meg random, de hogy így újra tudsz rollolni egy artifactet, ha rossz ment. Például van mondjuk egy crit rate, crit damage, attack és defense, és mondjuk 4 ment a defense-be, és mondjuk csak 1 vagy bármennyi a többibe, akkor ki tudod jelölni azt, hogy crit rate, crit damage, abból fixen 2 megy, a többi meg már szerencse alapú. És ez egy ilyen lehetőség. A told meg a virág az egy ilyen materiálba kerül ebbe a kis tollacskába. A másik 3, a óra, a goblet, fejes, az meg 2-be egy rerollolás. És a végén, amikor rerollolódik, tudsz választani, hogy a régi vagy az új artefaktot akarod kapni. tirolás előtti vagy utáni. És szerintem nem kell ettől csodát várni. Nyilván lehet szar, ugyanúgy. Az egy lehetőség, a többi az meg szerencse. Ez egy jó lehetőség például az is, hogy tudsz választani, hogy régi vagy új. Például a Shadow virágomat riroltam, kétszer kellett, az első sajnos szarabb lett, de a második rirolnál jobb lett. Én sajnos a crit damage-be, vagy crit rate-be ment több a crit damage helyett, így most 100,1% crit rate-en van, 165 crit damage mellett, az mondjuk a órám hibája is például, ami sok a defense, meg több a crit rate, mint a crit damage. De hogy amúgy maga a virágom az jobb lett, mint ami volt. Most azt várom, hogy javítsa a akassa, de nem látom. Nem tudom, lehet, hogy nem tudja feldolgozni még a reroll artifaktot, vagy I don't know. De ja. Szerintem egy jó kis újítás. Csak helyén kell kezelni. Nem mint egy megváltó mechanika, hanem egy lehetőség. Na, pihenjünk egyet közben. Na, nice, akkor az király. Nekem én az Elemental Mastery-t akartam a Shadow-ba javítani, ami crit rate, energy, crit damage volt az attól, és 4 statas alapból, vagy virágna, nem tudom. És mindegyikben egy ment, kivéve az Elemental Mastery-be abba 2, most helyette mindegyikben egy ment, kivéve a crit rate-be abba 2. Így jobb lett, mint volt. Nyilván jobb lett volna, ha mondjuk Elemental Mastery és Energy helyett mondjuk a kritekben egy csak. Ez van, így is kaptam 3 crit rollt, a 2 helyett ez jobb így. Meg az Energy sem teljesen haszontalan sávon. Az Elemental Mastery annyira nem jó. Annyira. Na, az amúgy teljesen jó, plusz 12 crit, de mindez nem rossz, az nem rossz. Szerintem az jó. Ki vagy te? Nem tudjuk meg. Amúgy ebből egy ilyen repkedő szart nem kapunk. Na, akkor javulás. Javából. Szia! De lehet cserélni Paimon, tehát mind, hogy... Na. Most mit nyitottam meg? Valami random oldalra. Surtology,
Longing. Hatred. Self-preservation. No. It is fear. The fear of losing those you love. The fear of watching your home burn. Fear of loneliness. Fear of death. Fear is the source of evolution. It forces humanity to adapt to their environment and overcome hardship. It is in the process of prevailing over our fear. That fear is now part of you. It calls on you to evolve.
Nem egy boldog hátterük alattad ez a Skirk se.
Practice your sword work instead.
But Master, I can barely lift the sword anymore. If I keep going, I feel like my wrist is going to break.
So it has not broken yet. Then pick up your sword and keep practicing until it breaks. I want to hear the cracking and splintering. After all, bones can always be reset.
Jó, ők szurtolodjal se edzenék. Edz, amíg eltörnek, ennyi.
Good, Skirk. Once again, you survived. How do you feel?
Cold. In pain.
These are signs that you are adapting to the abyss. Each time the flesh is torn and the spirit crushed, each time you claw back from the brink of death, you become stronger. I now understand why these people sought to destroy your homeland. Your potential goes beyond even what I could have but you still have much to learn in your pursuit of strength. Your mind is rife with distractions. From now on, I shall show no mercy in your training. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush the self that makes you weak and become master over your physical form. Get up, Skirk. Wipe the blood off your face. Cut away the rotten parts of your flesh.
Nem lehet kellemes, na.
Hopefully you got some good rest. Skirk said to tell you that she's ready to start the final stage of your training. So, want to head over now? Or did you want to wait a little?
Na. A harmadik kör. Nézzük.
From your training so
Aha.
far, you've gained better command of the sword and more control. That's
igen.
only part of it. Experience is the real teacher. Your journey,
Előző az,
the friends you have made,
az kilépett,
the
azt mondta, hogy
dangers you have
viszlát.
faced. These have taught you more than
Jobb,
I
sokkal jobb szerintem, lágyabb amúgy az új is.
Now, it's time to focus on how you react under pressure. Ready? Not bad. That defensive stance looks new.
Amikor nem figyeltem, hogy most még ez is az újja, az biztos, hogy az Arkon Quest-ben új volt.
Just like your
És
sister.
elején után nem figyeltem, úgyhogy most azt nem
That
tudom,
reminds
hogy
me.
már itt is az.
You still don't know what
De
happened to her,
lehetséges.
do you?
Hey, no fair! That's cheating!
You think every opponent has the same moral code as you? You can denounce their deplorable methods all you want, but only if you live to tell the tale. The dead don't get to complain. Strong emotions will always arise in combat. Anxiety, anger, fear. But a true warrior is never at their whim. Only when you are free from the influence of emotion can you make the right choice, no matter the situation. How amusing. Almost sounds like you think you know me. But you don't. You can choose your own path. We are not the same. Let's begin. Try to use reason over emotion.
Nekem nem.
Make the most rational and
Nekem nem.
advantageous decision in any given moment.
A régi az sokszor bántotta a fülemet. Ez most egyelőre még nem.
This is your final training session. Look alive. Same drill as before, but this time I'm going to interfere. Hold your focus.
Water jet! Go! Go! Water jet!
Azt is.
Water jet! Go!
Na. Ezeket is nem tudom előni. Szóval kezdeni ezt a részt valószínűleg. Én meg vagyok ezzel a váltással. Na, most mi van? Nem tudom ellőni. Jó, csak sikerült, közelbe kellett egy kicsit jönni. Most ott vannak. Hát. Egy megvan. Na, finally.
Better than I expected. Getting the hang of it. The first step to controlling your emotions is controlling your mind. You want a unified train of thought. It all comes down to...
Your mind is rife with distractions. From now on, I shall show no mercy in your training. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush the self that makes you weak and become...
Stop. Let's pause here. One look, and I can tell your mind has wandered. That's to be expected. There's a limit to how long a human being can concentrate on one thing. Staying calm and focused sounds simple in theory, but in practice... Get some rest. No point training further if you're already dead on your feet. Like I said, you managed to push past your limits, which is a good start. You can be proud of that, and sleep well knowing...
No. Hoppá. 5 prima gem, let's go. Ezért is hídrosszigét kaptunk. Érdekes. Na, olyan most mit fogunk látni? Skirkről. Menjünk erre akkor.
Skirk is amazing. She faced down that terrifying giant and cut its head.
She got hurt though, didn't she? I heard it was...
Yeah, well, that's a given. But the moment she was on the mend, she got... I heard Master suffered a grave injury once too. Lost an arm and a leg and still came back...
Incredible. I wonder if I'll ever reach their level. They're all...
pathetic. You're not even trying. You're so much weaker than you think.
Hoppá.
Skirk, have you become a positive light in this world?
Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many bodies were left to rot on the scorched earth? Yet you alone live on.
Keep your gaze fixed on your blade. You don't deserve to rest.
I have so many questions. I just want to jump in a spaceship, explore the whole universe, and get answers from the stars. I just need to wait till I'm grown up.
Now, you must bid farewell to who you were in the past and become someone stronger.
Run, Skirk, run! Only death awaits us here. Keep running, and don't ever look back.
Ja.
Let's see here. First things first, you need a new identity. Going around telling people you're from somewhere beyond the stars won't do, now will it? How about saying you hail from beneath the earth instead? As the Conrian saying goes, venturing out into the universe and down into the abyss are the same in that both are braving the dark unknown.
Well, I'm a visitor on this planet, so I'll follow the rules.
Ah, splendid. That saves me quite a bit of trouble. Let me offer you a piece of advice in return, although it might not be what you want to hear. I know the pursuit of strength is important to you, but taking a moment for yourself every once in a while is never a bad idea. Ignore her existence for too long, and there will come a day when you can no longer hear her voice.
Ugye Alice, na nagyon várom. Ebből nem playből lesz. Hoppá.
You're awake! You must be starving, right? Ta-da! A barbecue feast just for you! Of course you are! That's why Skirk and Paimon got this all ready for you. Dig in! Before it gets cold. Well, if you're around someone long enough, it's bound to happen. Plus, Skirk can cook. So, Paimon decided she can forgive the whole Ice Queen thing. Paimon's not one to hold a grudge.
Ennyi. Ennyi.
Here's an idea. Let's save the chit-chat until after the meal.
Tud kaját csinálni egyből. Egyből meg lehet bocsátani, megbocsátani mindent.
Okay.
Paimon's.
It's Paimon's turn to sleep now.
I have good news. First, your training is complete. You have what it takes to wield immense power. Now it's just a matter of putting it into practice. Continue to learn from your journey and hone your skill. Second, I've located the culprit we've been searching for. Next, you just need to retrieve the missing part of your soul, and our business will be concluded. When Ajax trained with me, he once told me he was bursting with questions. So I allowed him to ask me 3 of them before he left. You and I may never meet again, traveler. So if there's anything you want to ask me, now's your opportunity. Just like Ajax, I'll answer 3
Ahogy
of your questions.
Child Senpai kérdezett tőle 3-at, így mi is megtehetjük ezt. Kíváncsi, de milyen kérdések?
Okay, not the angle I was expecting. What makes you ask that?
Hoppá! Bam bam bam! Mekkora! Meglepi! Hoppá! Meglepődött.
I knew that was a possible side effect. Closed off my mind to you for that exact reason. Even with the dream mirroring, you should have seen nothing but endless darkness.
Hoppá.
Whatever. Must have been a flaw in my execution. I shouldn't be too surprised. Due to some recent circumstances. Myself. Since you've seen what you've seen, there's no reason to hide the truth. All I ask is that you keep it a secret. No, I'm not from Teyvat. I'm from a different planet. And there was a time when I journeyed through the stars. A lot like you in some ways. No, we're different in that respect. You're influencing the fate of this world. But me, I'm just passing through. Several hundred years ago, my master, Sertologi, opened the border between worlds and sent me here. But this is not my home. And one day, I'll return to the vast unknown of space. So, there you have it. On to your second question.
Nézzük, mi a második kérdés. Mi a célja?
To become stronger. For certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quickly as possible. But first, I need to understand the source of his strength. To do that, I need to follow in his footsteps. Walk the path he once walked. And somewhere along the way, I'll find out how to defeat him. That is my sole focus and purpose.
Akkor le akarja győzni ezt az Sertologit.
Okay.
Na,
You have one
a
question
harmadik kérdés
remaining.
pedig...
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss. But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing.
Iha, ki tudja, itt...
Well, your last question?
Your child is looking for you, right?
Hey, Jax. His situation is different than yours. Before you ever crossed paths with me, you'd already encountered many formidable people, studied their techniques, and developed your own. So, during your training, all I had to do was build upon that foundation. But Ajax was so young when he came to me. Children can't help but imitate their role models. In the long run, once Ajax has enough strength in his own right, I will allow us to meet again. Until then, let that motivate him to reach his full potential. Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. They're lucky they only have a few missing memories to show for it. Wake up your companion. It's time to go. Oh, and everything I just told you. Best keep it a secret from her as well.
You got a screenshot. Fájmom az meg. Na.
Time to go. Oh, finally.
Megyünk. Aha. Kezembe megyünk. Még itt a training rész a dolgoknak. Amúgy nem volt rossz, de ilyen tipikus training session volt, szóval az animékben, meg ilyen manva, ez eléggé gyakori. Ez ehhez hasonló training session. Semmi különleges nem volt benne, de hát végül is nem volt ilyen a Genshinben, úgyhogy belefér. Most már child senpai, megszólíthatjuk childot. Úgyhogy minden pacek. Igen. Az jó kis nyári jelent voltam, hogy azt tetszett. Nem csak azért, mert Nárja is benne volt, amúgy is, de hát na. Na nézzük.
You have some experience with abyssal domains by now, but still, this is...
Don't worry. Paimon's an
Jó, szóval most kipróbáljuk Skirket, hogy lehet, hogy valamit köré kéne építeni.
That means you need to stay safe, traveler.
All right. Remember your training. Time to put it to use.
De nézzük. Nem tudok csapatot választani? Nem, csak ketten duózunk, oké.
Behind you. Come on, you got this.
De ez a karakter az zseniálisan haszontalan. Good traveler.
Hey, what are you two doing here? Dusty, the abandoned house. Let's press on.
De vannak ilyen lövők. Na, itt vagyunk. Itt voltunk a álmunkban.
Looks like this is a dead end. Did we make it to his hiding place? Ugh, this fog is making it impossible to see anything.
This should be the place where you were attacked, traveler. The missing part of your soul should be nearby. Can you sense where it is?
Na.
Our opponent must have covered his tracks just in case. Otherwise, you should have sensed it much more strongly.
Hold on, look! The spikes are back!
Stay calm. Let's hold back a little. Give our enemy some wiggle room so we can see. Our enemy took part of your soul for a reason. It's likely he integrated it into his attack.
Ülnek itt mindenféle tüskével. Iha. Na. Aha. Van picit sok. Skirket követik.
The attacks have been focused on me. Trying to break through my defenses? I see.
Kis kardok. Nagyon gáz. Aj. Skirk. Eltalálták. Hoppám. Ennyi.
There. I got it back.
Ennyi. Ennyi. Easy. Ne visszaszereztem. Ennyi.
In the Guili Plains, you asked me why this enemy chose you as his target. Now, the answer is clear. It's not just the fact that your strength is impressive. It's also because of your ability to, as you put it, purify abyssal power, whatever that actually means. The fact is, that ability allowed him to do something that should have been completely namely, break through my defenses and steal my power.
Hoppá. Hoppá, hoppá. Azért azért támadott meg minket, mert hogy Skirkhöz igazi célját volna.
Couldn't have known I'd come to his domain. He only stole your soul fragment because he knew the value of its power. I doubt he expected it to come in handy, so call it fate if you want. I believe that's the term they use in this world for arbitrary in any case, it works to our advantage. Once I realized what he was using that power for, it gave me the chance to get back what you lost. I'll cope. Well, done gorging? Good. Time to answer some questions. How did you get the power of the all-devouring narwhal?
The all-devouring narwhal? Oh, of course! Paimon knew that spike thing looked familiar.
I highly doubt you acquired that power through your own strength. Tell me I'm wrong. You're desperate enough to scour the land for god remains and whatever vestiges of power you can find. That alone proves you wouldn't be able to defeat a creature, which leaves one possibility. You know my master, the Foul, Sertologi.
The Foul? Who dares call him foul?
Ajaj.
What's wrong? Bit off more power than you can chew? You're
Just a little longer.
Look, it's back!
Those obsessed with power will let it devour them before abandoning their pursuit. Keep calm and use reason to decide the best course of action. Wise decision. Final victory doesn't always come after a single battle. You've got your soul fragment back, so we both got what we came for. Let the enemy draw breath while he can. It won't be for long. Get us out of here, traveler. You'll need to lead the way this time.
Most menekülünk.
Skirk, is your shoulder gonna be okay?
The wound is minor. It'll heal in no time. You should focus on getting out of here alive instead.
Uh-oh! Falling spikes! Run!
Nem foglalkozunk ezekkel, hát menekülünk.
Watch out! Looks like this place is about to collapse! So, this guy's power has something to do with the all-devouring narwhal. Did you know that all along, Skirk?
I had my suspicions. That's why I decided to investigate in the first place.
Van, kimenekültünk elvileg. Végül sem tudja meg ki volt az, pontosan?
I no longer sense his presence. Can't have followed us out of that abyssal domain. Weaklings like him will find that my power is not so easily controlled. He won't be leaving that place until he's managed to digest it. You seem surprised. I suppose that's fair. You've seen but a fraction of what that whale is capable of. It's called the all-devouring narwhal for a reason. Devouring is what it does best. It can extract power from anything, dead or alive, as long as it manages to make physical contact.
Yeah, when we had our run-in with that thing, Neverlet mentioned that it has an instinct to devour.
Your dragon friend recognized the nature of its abilities and used the power of Hydro to protect you. That worked because it was in a satiated state, so it was somewhat less aggressive than usual. It's a different story when it has no more power to feed off of. That's when its true voracious nature kicks in. It could devour everything on the planet, but I hadn't counted on there being anyone left on this planet capable of wielding its power. To me, that says he must have encountered exactly. Told me everything I needed to know. Hence why I said we both got what we came for. And I believe that brings our transaction to an end. Now that you're whole again, you can get back to your own journey.
No way! We can't leave now! Something was stolen from you because of us. We have to help you get it back.
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power. When you fall, you get back up again and become stronger.
But what if that monster finds you before you're all plus? How are you gonna get home? It's not like you can just go swoosh and open a door to the abyss again. Not without your full strength. So, sticking with us for the time being doesn't sound so bad, does it?
Fair enough. Then take this.
What is it?
The bag of Mora. Nothing in this world is free. I know that much. I'll leave the planning to you. Hurry up and decide where to go. We shouldn't linger.
We should take Skirk somewhere she can rest.
Vagy nincs vége. Megyünk Beizsuhoz. Honnan kezdtünk? Honnan azt a vége vajon? Ki akar csatlakozni? Állj már le.
This bag from Skirk has a ton of Mora in it. Does she have a job or something? Wait, no. After what we saw at Wamin Restaurant, that seems impossible. Can you imagine? It would go something like, I'll be collecting my paycheck now, boss. Oh, sure thing. Wait, who are you? Have we met? You can't hold a job if you make everyone forget about you. So, what did you do to get all this money?
Claimed some buried treasure, took care of a few monsters that were causing trouble. Nothing untoward. It's safe to use.
annyira fagyja az a... Istenem.
A sonorous voice like yours is hard to miss. I wouldn't be surprised if the sound of it traveled to the nearest mountaintop.
Ja, Istenem.
Happen to hear Paimon's little, joke earlier?
You mean when you called me Frosty the Lavender Melon?
No, sorry. Paimon totally misspoke just now. She didn't say that at all. It was, a Paimon lookalike. Yeah, she's a piece of work, that one. Always impersonating Paimon and giving people weird nicknames. Okay, fine. The truth is, Paimon didn't like you all that much at the start. But things are different now. You helped the Traveler in a big way, so... What do you say? Friends?
I noticed there was only one bed. Go ahead and get some rest.
Aludhatsz velem és engem nem zavar.
Wait, what about you?
I don't get tired, and I don't need rest. I'm going to practice my sword work. That should help me regain some strength.
Hát jó van. Az is egy lehetőség.
Don't just leave. Whatever.
Hát ez
Let
van.
her tire herself out. She'll come back eventually. Let's get some sleep, traveler.
Mi történik vele?
Quiet.
Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many bodies were left to rot on the scorched earth?
Keep your gaze
Igen,
fixed
a
on your blade. You don't deserve
hanguk a fejükön. Ugye a... Hát a otthonából. Amit elpusztod, de...
Only death awaits us.
Getting an early night's sleep is the best. Wait, Skirk? Have you been sitting out here the whole night? The bed's all yours if you want it.
About 60%. Maybe 70.
Whoa! Paimon thought it would take at least a couple of days.
No.
Az igen.
Not fast enough. That's 20% less than last time. Same training regimen, same intensity. Nothing felt different, but somehow the outcome fell short. No, I think the problem's with me. I need to meditate for the next 2 days. Deep introspection should help me find the...
Ooh, sounds intense. We'll watch over you in the meantime then.
Thanks. See you in 2 days.
Jó van. Várjunk akkor 2 napot. Fuck.
Morning! Skirk is still meditating, huh? It's been 2 days already. Shouldn't she be awake by now? Paimon can't think of anything we can do to help. Oh wait! Breakfast! That's it! Paimon will go get breakfast!
Igen, Paimon, nagyon jó.
Be right back.
Reggel, hozzá is egy reggel, az arra vagy jó. Kajára kell gondoskodni, az te dolgod, igen. Jó, Paimon mert nem lehet éhezni, szóval mindig emlékeztet, mikor enni kell. Na, itt van megint az a vigyesz, Cumó, Strange Creature nevű akármi. Na nézzük, mi történik. Hoppá, amúgy ez egy jól néz ki a terület, halló. Ó, hát nem nagyon, az való. Na jó, lecseréltük, amint Paimon. Mennyivel csöndesebb?
That's right. This is Skirk's inner world.
Ez beszél. Pont azt hittem, hogy már nem tud beszélni.
This isn't your first time here, but what you remember is probably a space covered in darkness. I only managed to illuminate a small portion for you back then. Actually, it's my first time talking to someone like this. I only managed to break free and bring you here because the injury weakened her power. Call it fate, if you want. I think that's the word they use in this world for... Now, before I take you to her, I gotta ask. You're the first outside visitor to ever come here, so... Oh, you noticed. This river represents Skirk's strength. Strength accumulates over time. It is the summation of a person's lived experience. So this river is where all the fragments of Skirk's life should converge into a single stream of But as you can see, this river has been severed numerous times. It's because Skirk doesn't like who she was in the past, and all she sees reflected in the river is a disgraceful shadow of who she was. She cuts through water and rock with the sword of reason, severs her connection with the past.
You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion.
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power.
The answer to one mystery invites another question, I see. Let's follow the river upstream. There among the cliffs, among the memories etched in...
Oda kéne menni. Ez mi? Hoppá. Igen, ezt mi mit csináltuk még Pálmonnak? Amikor Pálmonnal beszélgettünk, mire nézeltük a filmokba.
Like meteors, you both made a journey through the stars. Both travelers who have landed on a planet that is not your home. Yet, when she first noticed your presence, although she hesitated for a moment, she still chose to walk away, indifferent as ever. Seems like you've answered your own question. Skirk sees herself as a trespasser in this world. She's made a conscious choice to avoid altering its path. But the reason for that decision's... Let's keep going.
Na, nézzük, mit találunk még itt Skirkről.
What it takes to wield immense power. From this day forth, I shall teach you no more. No one can become a worthy warrior through imitation alone. I have given you fangs and claws.
You wish me to travel the world beyond on my own, Master?
Indeed. Make new friends. Embark on your own journey. And piece together we will still have contact through the abyss. But know this. One day, I will take the life you worked so hard to rebuild and reduce it to ashes. Just like the fire that haunts your mind.
Ezeket szoktam, mindig elmentem ezeket a képet.
Why would you do that?
I have told you before. Fear is the catalyst for human evolution. You have tasted loss. You have known fear. So deep, it can be felt in the bones. But as living beings, we all have an instinct to detach from that which harms us. And yet now, I have bestowed upon you the gift of fear eternal. It will drown you in the nightmare of your childhood. Or it
That is what Skirk's master, the foul, Sertologi looked like at one point in time. Of course, as a higher being, physical form is a trivial. He could appear as a beast, a human, or even a monster that defies description. The form you see him in here, clad in abyssal armor, is the one he usually wears when traveling through the star.
És akkor kíváncsi vagyok, hogy valaha lesz Sertologi playből. Itt furcsa lenne. Nem tudom elképzelni jelenleg. De úgy csak nem, hogy a végén a játéknak csak belefér már.
But first, I need to understand the source of his... To do that, I need to follow in his footsteps. Walk the path he once walked. And somewhere along the way,
Rendben, megy csatorna. További szép napot, köszönöm, hogy benéztél. Ali. Köszi.
I'll let you in on a little secret. The scope of his power is impossible to understand. Shall we keep going?
Na nézzük, menjünk tovább. Ez mindig nem a vége? Vagy, hát, jó hosszú amúgy. Hosszú, mint az Dark Conquest. Na, újabb. Pici Skirk.
We've made it quite a ways already. This is Skirk, when she first began training under...
I have set your broken wrist. Tomorrow, no tears this time. Good. Attempting to garner sympathy through tears.
Can I ask a question, Master? Why did you save me? I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died. I wouldn't be haunted by that fire all the time.
I saved you because I have a plan for you.
Wow.
It has been too long since I fought a battle that demanded my full strength, and I hunger for it. So, I will teach you everything I know.
But I don't want to draw my sword against you, Master.
What you want matters little. Among the boundless sea of stars, the cries of the weak.
Yes, Master.
From that day forward, all she knew was grueling training. After some time, her talent bloomed. It was not that human emotion disappeared from her heart, but that reason... We're nearly... I almost don't want to reach the end.
Na, nézzük a végét. Most már lassan fölmászunk. Wow. Négy előbb az azt majdnem lesétáltam. Nice. Majdnem sikerült. Na nézzük, van még itt.
These are Skirk's happiest memories.
Hát ez nem cuki.
What a simple and carefree time it was. Wisps of clouds dotted the sky. The sun bathed everything in gold. This is Skirk's homeland. She was so curious about everything as a child. Always skipping school to go exploring instead. There was so much to discover. The treasures at the bottom of the sea. The secrets beyond the stars. And that merchant ship packed with adults wearing those strange clothes. It was a spaceship. When it arrived, the people that disembarked wore smiles on their faces and spoke of friendship. They claimed to be merchants from a neighbor. Skirk's parents, her relatives, her neighbors. Everyone welcomed the newcomers with open arms and allowed them to explore the planet. No one had any idea of what was to come. Several months later, an army of unknown origin arrived without warning. Skirk had skipped school that day, like so many times before, so she was not caught in the immediate wave of destruction. When she came home that day, only fire and ruin awaited her. Countless people cried out to her for help. People she knew and loved. Friends and relatives. The little girl who lived next door. The shop owner with the bad leg. The bad-tempered teacher she had made fun of just that morning. Their lives were discarded like worthless trash as the fire consumed one life after another. Skirk was helpless. All she could do was run. And so she did. She kept running until an unexpected figure crossed her path. If Sertology hadn't been there in that moment, the fire would have claimed her life too. And there she would have remained, left to rot in the scorched earth, with no answer as to why any of this was happening. Because she and her people were seen as a threat. As the initial merchant ship explored the planet, they discovered that it hadn't always had the condition to support life. Yet there was evidence of human activity. Further research revealed that, over time, people of this planet, for that reason, the outsiders viewed them as a potential threat, and decided to eliminate them before the threat could rear its head. And so, senseless, isn't it? Deemed a threat because of a gift they didn't even know they had. Perhaps if those with power get to decide good and evil, then all you can trust in is the sword in your hand. And no one wants to relive their most painful moments. Well, Skirk is waiting over there. Let's go to her. It's time to fulfill my purpose. And my greatest wish over all.
Nézzük. Kövessük ismételten. Ott van Skirk. Na nézzük, mi történik itt. Húha. Wow.
So all this, just so you could bring him here.
I have things to say to you. Well, to me. I want someone to witness our reconciliation, even if it takes an argument to get there. And her suppressed emotional self, the version of herself she keeps locked in the recesses of her mind, stifled by reason.
Ezek a... Ah.
Those rejected impulses, those discarded aspects
Így lehetett volna akár sejteni is.
they are a part of me now. I am who you used to be. Someone you have refused to face for too long. So, I came to face you instead.
You're wrong. I've faced you all along. And that's exactly why I keep you locked here. Your existence makes me weak. Moments of joy and longing are when we are most vulnerable. Don't forget, it was a penchant for goodness over reason that doomed our homeland in the first place. The vastness of the universe rendered.
Even so, learning from the mistakes of the past doesn't have to mean erasing everything. Strip yourself of your so-called weaknesses. Emotions like kindness and empathy. And what makes you any different from the ruthless soldiers who slaughtered our people?
The difference is that I'm doing what is right, what is necessary. I allow you to exist, but with limited freedom. That is the greatest kindness I can offer. I have shouldered everything you couldn't carry. I rose above the numbness and emptiness, and it was cold, unfeeling reason that brought me this far.
That is the problem. I want to shoulder those things together. On the grand scale of the entire universe, maybe our feelings are vanishingly small, but why should that mean they don't matter? Emotion gives warmth to the cold expanse. Think back to those nights, gazing at the stars. Those afternoons of exploring the unknown. Think back, and let them grant you peace. A brief respite from the...
That isn't what we need.
It's exactly what we need. Aren't you curious about why recovering your strength has taken longer than normal this time?
Finally, you get to the important part. That is the only answer I came here to find.
Then look around. Look at your inner world. You cast aside your dreams and curiosity. And in doing so, you lost your original motivation. You severed all now, the only things driving you forward are fear and survivor's guilt. But these cannot take you far enough. And so...
And you think that means I should seek help from a weak little thing like you?
Hoppa.
Thank you for saying that. I knew bringing you here would be the right choice. To be honest, I'm not here to argue with you. This isn't about who's right or wrong. And in fact, I agree that in order to make it through the wake of that tragedy, we had to distance ourselves from the pain. But what is right at one point in time isn't always right forever. I know you will never forget that fire. I know the fact that you were, and I know that among the voices that haunt you, mine is there too. Because deep down, you know that you didn't turn out to be the person you wanted to be. All those unfulfilled hopes are like knives to the heart. And I don't want you to hurt anymore. So even if you can't accept me, I hope at least... I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died.
Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in the face, but we need you to survive.
I'm sick of being a kid.
I remember. There was a song Mom and Dad always sang when we went out to fetch water. Dancing water. Sand along your path is begging for your song and movement. Will you carry this burden with you on your journey? I am not the dancing water, and you are not the burdensome sand. But if this is your wish, then I will carry you with me until the end. I should be thanking you.
you become a positive light in this world.
Hey, this doesn't have to be the end.
És olyan... Úgyhogy meghatottam az a helyzet. Kicsit szoktam vagyok most. Jé.
So, you saw my memories then. I once asked my master if survival of the strongest was the law of the universe. He said no. But in a world without order, those with no moral boundaries tend to be the ones who survive. That's why, after hearing his answer, an idea that, one day, I would create a new world order. One in which there would never be another tragedy like that fire. One in which power was but... That means I must defeat him. Because my master, Sirtologi, is, at the core, a defier of all rules and order. Yes, and not just because of the gap in our abilities, but also because I have no reason to see him as an enemy. Although his decision to train me was not made out of kindness, he did everything a master should. He saved my life, taught me the sword and the principles of strength. And for that, I respect him. I know. And it's not something I want. But Master never goes back on his word. I have to treat everything he says as a... He's no longer into that. But he sends me messages through the abyss every now and then. Most of them are simple greetings, or an answer to one of my questions. Every time I hear from him, my heart skips a beat. And I wonder if this is the moment where he'll finally appear before me and tear down everything I've built to pieces. Maybe that means I do live in eternal fear, just like he said. Yes, I respect him, but I'm also afraid of him. And for that reason, the pursuit of strength consumes every... I don't know what Master has planned, but I have to be ready. Help me? Why? This isn't your fight.
Hoppá. Nézzünk már egy kicsit körül. Anyám! Húrrá szép. Ám lehet fotózni. Hol néz ki ez a hely? Amúgy meg úristen, ez a vége, ez egy kicsit be is könnyeztem az a helyzet. Annyit tudok mondani, hogy már várom a iránt. Valószínűleg, hát nyilván most ezt skippelni kell, vagy skippelni fogom. De Rinánnal valószínűleg rápróbálok, majd meglátjuk.
Honestly, my mom was gone for like 2 seconds and then she comes back and finds you both you're both okay, right?
What does it look like? Only water from the source can cleanse the rot and filth that flow. I taught you to incorporate the experiences from your journey into how you fight. I suppose what happened today will become an inseparable part of who I am.
Okay, so Paimon feels Sounds like she's missing some important content.
Hát már mondtad, kajával voltál elfoglalva, addig itt megtörténtek a fontos események. Let's go! Szabályunk, bazd meg, én azt mondom, együnk.
Alright. It's about time we finished what we started.
We're gonna deal with this thief for good, right?
This time, I'm not going to tell you to hold back. But having digested even more power in the meantime, he's going to be tough. The good news is, we have no reason to pull our punches this time.
Na, akkor megkeressük újra a izét. Kapunk itt kitárt. Training review, mindenet kapunk itt. De sok mindent kapunk. Na, oké. Na, vége akkor. Hú, eddig amúgy... Az elején azt mondtam, hogy nem rossz. De hogy volt, amúgy most viszont nem mindenképpen, hát azért a top story questek között benn van. Így ez a story quest. Azt nem mondom, hogy a kedvencem, mert valószínűleg nem. Most nehéz is lenne egy kedvencet kifejezetten választani. De mindenképpen egy rohadt jó story quest. Pozitív csalódás ez a story quest. Valószínűleg azért nehéz lesz kibírni, hogy ne viseljek Skirkre, de majd Riránnál ki akarom szedni. Hoppá.
Wait, isn't that the form the all-devouring narwhal changed into? Really? So, you're telling Paimon that giant whale and this guy can both turn into the fowl?
It's a subconscious instinct. Any intelligent being who longs for his level of strength is bound to mimic his appearance. It's a natural response after encountering someone as powerful as Master. To them, he represents ultimate power. We know the person before us has encountered Master, and we know he stole a portion of my power.
Okay. Oh, that close-up Paimon Nervalette isn't here this time, so it's up to us. He won't have the nerve to steal again after we're done with him. Let's
Meg kéne lőnöm? Aha, amúgy. Ja, itt vannak a vízék. Aha. Tehát később vettem észre, hogy ott vannak amúgy, amiket itt kéne lőni. Na üss már, de nem mellé üss. Meggyőztük.
My power. Let's see how much more of this power you can handle.
Wow. A prototype. A prototype. A legendás kard. Az kellett ide, hogy befejezze a küzdelmet. Nice. Ez epic volt. Ez epic cutscene volt. Ez... Wow! És ez kicsoda? Egy bácsi.
Have you come to your senses?
You saw that my body was at its limit. So, you deliberately channeled your such power, such keen battle instincts. So, you must be...
Skirk, Sertologi's disciple.
How long has it been? How long has he been away from Tevat?
Hundreds of years.
Hundreds? Sorry. It's a lot to take in. I should introduce myself. I am Skafnungar, a friend of your master and one of his followers.
Én nem tudom honnan neked ezek a nevek, bazd meg amúgy. Skafnungar.
This is the first time I've heard your name, Skirk. But hundreds of years ago, I knew you existed. And I knew you would come.
Ezek az is kamerái amúgy, nyilván. De mindig ilyen nevük van.
Sounds like you and Master have quite the history. Care to tell us about it?
Of course. Might as well take advantage of a clear head while I can. The stories. I was born into a noble family in Conria. As the eldest son, I was set to inherit our title. But I contracted an incurable illness as a child. I trained the sword harder than anyone else, defeated all of my peers. But it was all in vain. When other people looked at me, all I saw in their eyes was pity or a strange glee in my misfortune. Even my parents were just waiting for me to die. Over time, my heart hardened, and I became aimless. That was the point where I met your master, Sertologi. We were similar in age, but different in background. He was born in prison, the son of criminals who had been sentenced to death. He spent his... Yet, he always wore a smile on his face, as if kindness and I still remember what he said to me when we first met. You need to fight to survive, even if it's a losing battle.
That does sound like something he would say.
He was the first to acknowledge that I was worth something. And he inspired me to keep going. When I was 10, he stole forbidden research materials and managed to cure my illness. It was like there was nothing in this world he couldn't accomplish when it came to the human form. But somewhere along the way, I fell behind. My talents were nothing compared to his. And at some point, after his grand endeavor was successful, he sought me out and said,
"This planet no longer holds anything of interest to me, so I'm leaving. But first, I have an offer. I can use a power I have just refined to break the curse of immortality for you. Your death was once what we worked so hard to prevent. But the immortality you now face is a different kind of pain altogether."
I'll pass. Immortality doesn't sound so bad to me. Since I can't die, it means I have an infinite amount of time to get stronger. Maybe I'll finally catch up to you one day.
Are you sure? I cannot say when I will return. Your body, or rather, your soul, might...
All I can do is try. After all...
Wise indeed. And nevertheless, if you grow weary of the pain of immortality, and wish to experience a good sparring match before you wither away, seek out my disciple.
Disciple? Never thought I'd hear that word coming from you.
Nor I. But Vedifenir said I was destined to find a disciple out there in the universe, and bring her to Tibet. You know as well as I, Vedifenir's prophecies are never wrong.
Well...
All Vedifenir said was that one day, the stars shall bow in her...
Sounds pretty
Of course. Only the most outstanding people would have the right to...
Still self-assured as it.
I'll be
Én most csak...
Oh,
Most fog találkozni
if you're
Skirkkel
serious about
elvileg.
getting stronger, I left you a little gift in the primordial sea. As I said before, walk whatever path you want. Freedom means even the
Waiting for me in the primordial sea was the all-devouring narwhal, already beaten into submission.
Your heart? That sounds like torture.
Because, of course, I bear the curse of immortality.
So, you used the curse to turn yourself into a vessel for power. Even with that whale's ability, devouring power like that is not something the human body can withstand. With your body and soul constantly at the breaking point, it was the curse of immortality but that is not the path to strength. You have to pour your heart into it, work for it, dream of it.
You're right. I should have known better, but I had already pushed myself to my limits, and he was still miles ahead of me. I miss your master. I miss the days when we were all together, troublemakers without a home. I don't regret the choice I made, but...
After the beating we just gave you, I think we can call it.
Sertologi's disciple. That's a lot to live up to. It can't have been an easy experience. I know what he's like. He rules with an iron fist.
Ugye ez akart, valamelyik előtt nagyon vagány.
To force you to catch up to him. We're like mountain climbers in the dark, never knowing how much higher we have to climb. Or...
True. But I made up my mind long ago. No matter how dark it gets, I will not give in to despair. I will besides, after hearing your story, I suspect what Master really wants is not a battle that demands his full strength, but rather a defeat without regrets.
Oh?
Since you're his friend, you must have some things in common. The first time we came here, when you stabbed me through the fog and stole my power, I felt no emotion coming from that spike. But when you had to devote all your strength fighting me just now, I could feel joy, and it was the joy of a researcher discovering the truth of the world.
Interesting. I'm certain I didn't express those emotions. You're right. That battle brought me an unbridled sense of...
Exactly. I think Master also craves a battle like that. One where his opponent forces him to use all his strength. Unlock after which, all can come to... For that very reason, good and evil are meaningless to him. He has one purpose.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps that is his call. What a battle that...
Nem egészséges. Kis kuc, basszus. Nem hangzik egészségesen, amúgy. Mindegy.
Too many different kinds of power are surging through my body. I won't be able to hold on to my sanity for much longer. So Telodi once offered to free me from this curse. Now, I must ask that of you, Skirk. Can you
Nem tudom. Mindjárt megnézem majd.
I can, but not through death. It's not a suitable punishment for your crime. As an alternative, I can take your consciousness. The impurities will dissipate. And under the curse of immortality, your mind and body will regenerate. When that process is complete, but it will be a time-consuming and painful process.
I accept. And I have faith if we are climbers in the dark. It appears the dawn has finally broken for me. At least, it looks like you are not alone on your journey.
I will reach the top of this mountain, no matter what it takes. And you, Skafnunger, will be my witness at the end of all things.
It's finally over. Let's get out.
Az igen, Luxurious Chest.
At least we don't have to make a mad dash for the exit like last time.
Wow. Na nézzük. Még így a lezárás, biztos lesz még valami. De ez már így nagyjából a vége. Gondolom én.
We did it! Once again, we've proved there's nothing weak. Wow, you sound even more confident than usual. Today sure went by fast. It's night already. Oh wait, that reminds Paimon. The stars you mentioned, the ones that died out?
Yes. The power Skafnunger stole has been returned. So...
Great! Huh. It's crazy that you even noticed their light was gone. There are so many...
I suppose it's because I have gazed upon this sky for centuries. The false stars, hanging in the meticulously planned sky, glittering with rotten light. It's not real. And yet, it is for that very reason that I can look upon it and enjoy the momentary peace it brings. Even the most beautiful of bubbles has to burst. We will return to the real universe one day, whether of our own volition or not. Time marches ever forward. Even the innocent and naive will taste life's bitterness. Though we gaze upon a false sky, its vastness and majesty is palpable.
Ugh, this is all going over Paimon's head. But if she knows one thing, it's that the traveler always finds a way. Ever since we met, he has filled Paimon's days with happiness. No matter how tough things get, he always finds a way to make it better. If it's too big a job for one person,
Ez nagyon
then
kicsoki
we'll
volt
do it with
Paimon'tól.
two. And if two's still not enough, then three. We've met so many amazing friends and accomplished so many amazing things. As long as we don't give up, we can make any wish come true.
I suppose when it comes to you, anything is possible. Well, I should be going. Now that my power is no longer isolated from my emotions, I need more practice to get used to it. I suppose fate will decide. Maybe we'll bump into each other on the street. Or maybe we'll reunite on a different planet entirely. Regardless, reunions and partings are but passing moments. Or one without war, pain, or forced partings. One where new life can bloom. For this, we must all work to become stronger. If that's what you want to call me, I won't object. Goodbye.
És kis pusz, smush, és el is tűnik. Ahogy Paimon van el.
Is it just Paimon, or is she being nicer than before? We definitely count as friends after all that, don't you think? Hey, what do you think about camping here tonight? There's nothing quite like sleeping under the stars. Come tomorrow?
Nem. Tetszik nagyon amúgy Skirk, de Most nekem van egy célom, már lassan egy éve várok amúgy Emilia-ra. Többé-kevésbé. Úgyhogy majd a Riránnál megnézzük, hogy mi történik akkor, milyen bannerek lesznek a környékén. De ennyi. Mindenre basszus. Mindenre. Kaptunk egy ilyen. Hoppá. Nem számítottam mondjuk. Itt vannak a emlékek. Egyet elnyomhatunk, jó? Egyet adok meg neki. De csak ennyi. Annyit megadhatunk. Ez az egy, ez nem sok, de többet már itt nem. Nyilván 11-es pitin voltam. Nem sok esély volt. Egyből dupta Skirk, az jó lett volna. Adtam volna, de hát most ez ilyen, ez van. Amúgy rohadt jó kis quest volt. Kellemes csalódás, nagyon kellemes csalódás. Top questek között mindenképpen. Ja. Igen. A kód. Mindenképpen kellemes csalódás volt ez a quest amúgy. Hoppá. Hát akkor köszönöm ezt a kódot. Hoppá. Nice. Jó van. Úgyhogy majd Riránnál szerintem lehet megpróbáljuk Skirköt. Attól függ, hogy ki lesz mellette, mi lesz mellette. Én mindig nincsem ugyan a legnagyobb kedvenceim között azért nekem Skirk, de mindenképpen egy... Mindenképpen azért tetszik, ezt kell mondjam. Engem az érdekel, hogy Alice mikor jön. Mert ha nem jön, én személyesen megyek oda hozzájuk a hajóverszhez, és erre ötletem kivelülök, hogy jön Alice. Ebből Alice. Én arra vagyok kíváncsi. Esetleg pantalom. Meg azt is láttam amúgy, hogy olyasmit láttam, hogy elvileg lehet Sandrone 6.0, de hát csak storyban, de hogy az még úgy érdekesen hangzik. Hát meglátjuk, de ami a legfontosabb az nyilván ez, hogy C6-os návia, ez mindenek felett áll, minden fölött, úgyhogy ha esetleg Skirk Rirán az Riránkor lesz, akkor sajnos skip. Skirk, ismét. Ja. Na mindegy. Szerintem már az ennyi volt. Nem tudom, hogy jön-e valami event. Amúgy ezt most lehet megnézem. Biztos van valahol ilyen event naptár, nem? In-game esetleg van itt ebben a... Megnézem, hogy mikor jön event mondjuk, elvileg itt. Szokott lenni ilyesmi, amúgy. Holnap én is azt sejtem, mert úgy szokott jönni, de azért meg akarom nézni meg, hogy milyen event. Genshin 5.7 event lineup, ez kell nekem. Elvileg szerintem én a szumerus eventre tippelek amúgy. Vagy... Nem tudom. Ja, aha, ez a szubmerusa, ahogy gondoltam. Igen. Hát jó van. Meglátjuk majd. Lehet, hogy nem holnap fogom ezt megcsinálni, hanem majd csak jövő héten. Nem biztos, hogy hétfőig lesz stream. Le kéne tudnom már azt a vizsgát, úgyhogy az utolsó vizsgámat, úgyhogy az lehet, hogy inkább arra szentelem az időmet, a hétvégémet, a péntekemet, úgyhogy majd csak lehet, hogy ezt jövő héten nézzük meg. Meg a jövő héten elvileg jön az új endgame content, most néztem elég szerdán. Azt mindenképpen durrantjuk. Ezt tervezem. Úgyhogy meglátjuk. Lassan megközeledik már 8-a. Úgyhogy... Köszönöm. Jó van. Hát én úgy gondolom, hogy akkor mai nap ennyi. Mindenkinek nagyon szépen köszönöm a mai figyelmet. Hoppá! Vercsi streamel, menjünk oda. Úgyhogy mindenkinek további szép napot és jó hétvégét így előre is, ha nem találkoznánk már. És akkor jövő héten mindenképpen azért így hét elején főleg találkozunk. Hétvégén lehet, hogy már nem. De igen, hét elején biztos, szerdán tuti. Úgyhogy addig is mindenkinek puszi. Sziasztok!